Alrighty, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. No, this isn't good enough. I need something a little more fun. There we go. That's better. Hello, folks. Hey, y'all. How you doing? Good to see ya. Hope you're having a lovely, lovely Thursday. We've got good stuff to get into. We're talking about maps today, UI and maps and stuff, and I'm pumped to do it. Hope your Thursdays have been going well. It has been a Thursday. I am excited though to get to see something that I have been waiting so long for. We've all been waiting a long time for. This is, hold on. Let's see. Start that in a minute. First, I'll say my hellos to everybody. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Bring the funk, bring the noise. Holston Coop, AAK, Silent Control Vassin, Signusian, Marcus Kincaid, Vacation, Ian, welcome everybody. Astral Marshall, Jaybird Captain, good to see you all. Azrael, a tad quiet for anyone else? My voice? How about now? Is that better? Hey Fury, good to see ya. Important to know, is this the regular stream time again? No, we're doing a special today to coincide with Inside Star Citizen. Usually live around this time, but not starting at this time. Good morning, Vassin, Echo, Zero, Skippy, welcome. It's good to see you too, Luna Maria. Andrew Young, howdy. It's a good ISC today. I bet it's going to be a good ISC. I'm excited for it. And since this is a special, I'm not going to be sticking around for like the full stream time or anything. I wanted to hop on, talk about the map system, talk about the MobiGlas, maybe do a little bit of deep diving into the history of these things, and then leave you all to have a wonderful Thursday. This Thursday and I haven't had dinner. Tomato. However you want to do it. Tomateo. Signusian, good to see ya. Twitch emotes are broke? Come on, Twitch. Stop that. That's silly. What's the pinned message? Morning to all in the garden. A day in the garden is a day of sunshine. A night in the garden is like, I can't even see what it says. Oh, like a drunken bar crawl that leaves you with a tattoo and a rash on your head. How about a tattoo on your head too? I'm doing, Signusian. How you doing? What's up, Luxon? Good to see you. All right, I won't make you wait much longer. Let's get started on this. Let me hit record here. All right. Okay, so we've got a new Inside Star Citizen, and it's probably the biggest one we will ever see in our lifetimes. Okay, it's not gonna change your life, but this is gonna probably change the game for you. I think of all the things that everybody uses in the game, the Starmap is probably number one, MobiGlas obviously being included in that. And we're about to see Inside Star Citizen talking about the first updated model of these two things since 2017. So this is a big moment for Star Citizen. Obviously, you know, just as a regular player, it's not a big moment. It's just a map. All the games have them. But this game is freaking hard to map. And the Star Map is actually pretty interesting in the way that they try to include the smallest of areas and the largest of star systems. So we're going to go and check this out. And I will probably annoy you with some commentary. So if you don't want to hear the commentary, that sucks. All right.
Never sat in this one before. As Alpha 323 continues its journey towards becoming Star Citizen's biggest life in the verse as we know it patch yet, we know lots of folks have patiently waited to see one thing above all others, the Mist Raptor. What?
No.
The MobiGlas and Starmap app.
Ah.
The MobiGlas and newly christened map app.
Oh boy. I'm about to be newly christened.
Arrival complete. Welcome.
These skits.
So the
Wow,
MobiGlas
it looks so good. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe it looks like this. So good, you almost don't notice a change.
So the MobiGlas is getting a massive visual overhaul for 3.23.
The version everyone's been living with for years is, it kind of does the job, but you can see it's dated now.
So the entire MobiGlas is overhauled from what it was before.
There we
It's
go.
using a new technology that we've built called
Muscles
cards,
aimed.
and we use cards for other UIs throughout the game. For the MobiGlas, it was a big
Look at this. New layouts.
task to convert because it
I
has
don't know though. Let's see if it grows on me. I don't know.
a lot of apps in it as well. So we need to convert all of those apps over to the new tech in order for the entire thing to be able to release.
So in 3.23, we've got...
Yo, she looks over the MobiGlas.
Release.
Look at it. This is the face of somebody who knows they're about to open a pre 3.23 MobiGlas. Okay, Tommy. Is it gonna be every day?
So in 3.23, we've got a really big improvement to the user experience. So everything's designed to look nicer and feel nicer.
And sadly, we haven't really had all the time we needed to get all the apps there. So you are going to
There it is.
recognize the VMA and the Comms app just as they have always been. But with that package, you're getting all the other apps with a visual update and also functionality updates for some of them.
You've got a completely updated home screen, so you can do things like view your ship.
Wow. You got ammunition readings from your vehicles on your home screen. That's pretty nice. Like, the home screen actually seems useful now. I barely ever looked at it. I don't know about all of you.
You can see your health, notifications, kind of the information you really need to see now.
So we're also getting a fully new health app where you can see all the things that's currently affecting your health and all the stats that you would normally see on your HUD.
Debuffs and stuff, huh? See, now this is where they can start to get crazy with the medical system. Yeah, there's a lot of space there for more details.
Your health and all the stats that you would normally see on your HUD.
Over time, we've added all these cool new things that can affect the player. So we're going to have things like radiation. We've got existing stuff like you can break bones. If you heal yourself, you can potentially overdose. You can have drug effects. All this.
What I can't get over, though, what is going on with the icons at the bottom?
If you heal,
That must be a glitch, right? With the current build, because you can't even see what the icons are. Man, this guy's got a lot of problems.
you can potentially overdose. You can have drug effects. All this cool stuff is happening, but it wasn't obvious to the player just walking around.
Whoa.
What was going on under the hood. So we added this new app where you can track all that stuff.
So
Those are some big old hit markers.
What was going on under the hood. So we added this new app where you can track all that stuff.
the health app is going to be the place to go when, for some reason, you're feeling ill and you just need that extra little bit of information of what do I need to do to take care of
Oh, that person was intoxicated. See, I wouldn't know. I'm a good person. I don't drink anything. I'm super clean.
myself to get out of this situation.
He didn't drink anything either. He stabbed himself in the wrist.
So the contract manager has been in the game for a long time, and it's just grown kind of obvious that it's not doing all the things you need it to.
All the functionality is essentially the same internally, but it needed a visual polish and also the
That's cool. Okay, they have like timing readouts for mission availability. So things will actually be transitioning from available to unavailable.
It's not doing all the things you need it to.
I also like that, like, the categories are collapsed and you just expand it instead of opening it in a new window. It's a little more concise.
all the functionality is essentially the same internally, but it needed a visual polish and also the user experience needed bringing up to date. So there's some new features like you can toggle between illegal missions, you can see what rewards are going to be ahead of time.
So no more randomly getting attacked by the police.
Thank God, dude. It was confusing to people that you would have a tab that said I don't know what it said, something like normal missions, and then you had the tab that said personal, and it's like, okay, well, what is personal? Now it actually says unverified to tell you that these are not good missions instead of just not. Like, it was hard to understand what personal could mean. I wonder if those will come in on a different app now, though. Oh, no. Looks like Vaughn, these messages will still come to you. Maybe they're highlighted as green if they are a direct. No, that's the selected one. I don't know. Maybe there's no more personal section.
So no more randomly getting attacked by the police, hopefully. It's probably your fault anyway.
Some big improvements coming to the MobiGlas. That's coming in 3.23, but one thing we didn't talk about yet was the Starmap.
Let's go.
We've had the original Starmap in Star Citizen for a long time, so it was overdue.
Zoom
for
in
an
on the
update.
planet. Do it.
Don't get me wrong, like the old Skylink app, it did what it should. Don't get me wrong, like the old Skylink
Time, so it was overdue for an update.
Just getting a look at the freaking info panel looks so much better. This info panel was always very harsh on the eyes.
Don't get me wrong, like the old Skylink app, it did what it should, but I think it has grown a bit obsolete.
No, death to the old Starmap!
That's harsh.
The original one just showed the stars and planets and so on, but we wanted to expand on that.
So opening up the star map for the first time in 3.23, you're gonna realize that the star map is not just the star map anymore. It's the everything map.
It's now called Maps app rather than Starmap.
And why did we change it?
Because we now have the interior map, so this shows like your local area, as well as sort of zooming out and showing the star map.
So what is the interior map? It's a bird's eye view of the current environment.
Here's my thing. Actually, I'll let him go. I'll wait.
It's a really cool 3D map, so instead of just having a top-down view, this is showing you the actual level.
And it's presented as a
I don't know if it's like, I wonder if we can change the opacity.
Instead of just having a top-down view, this is showing you the actual level.
And it's presented as a fully schematic 3D view in which you can find every relevant point of interest, such as a shop, transit station, hospital, and the like.
You can get them for ships, for landing zones in 3.23. In future, we'll expand on that and add it to more areas.
And if you're not familiar with the location you just arrived to, or you're a new player and you're not familiar with any of them, actually having the spatial awareness of where the things that are relevant to you are is going to provide a giant step up in terms of the experience of the game in general.
I definitely thought he was going to say something different there.
As it's fully 3D, you can move around, navigate between floors, zoom in and out, and so on, as you'd expect.
You will see the local area where you're walking around, something you've never been able to do before. Essentially, you'll be able to navigate between all the different rooms and different important areas of the game.
It also offers a way to overlay your own data onto it that is specific to you. So, for example, the location of your mission objective.
Waiting for some really key details on functionality here before I start talking. And I'm talking now, but like I don't want to. Yeah, I'm going to give them some time.
Custom markers.
That's great. Custom markers is the best part
You
of
can
this.
also use it to plot a route to another location on the map. Drop a marker and navigate to it, so we'll see a line on the map that shows you where you can actually go and where the easiest way to get there.
So on that map, you'll be able to just click any room you want to go to. You can go between the different zones of the area. And you can place a little marker and route all the way there.
So navigating is one of the primary use cases we want to make as robust as we can for 3.23. And so part of that involves providing a variety of fallback cases in order to help you best understand how to get somewhere. So for instance, if we ask the AI system and it can't return you a path via its nav links and nav meshes, we can ask the transit system. And if the transit system says there's a connection between the two zones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track
OCs being object containers, how they load different parts of the game.
from one part to a fully different part of the area.
So Starmap. Starmap is vastly improved. The main
Wow,
thing
still looks difficult to see though.
we wanted to change was make it a nice user experience. So everything in there has been overhauled.
When you open your map, you'll first of all be confronted with your local area, so you'll see what room you're in and what's close to you. But you can also zoom out.
Okay,
and you
it is
zoom your
very cool that every ship you open the map on, there will be a custom overlay of that ship, and you can do route planning throughout the spaceship. That's sick.
and what's close to you. But you can also zoom out and you will see the universe open up in front of you as you zoom out.
From here, we can see that
I wish this
universe
transition was
open up in
cleaner
front of you.
though. Like, I wish it zoomed out from the city itself. They kind of just pop in the planet. I thought that might be something that they figured out since CitizenCon, but it still looks like it transitions like this.
As you zoom out.
from here we can see the entire verse. We can see all the planets.
Space stations, Lagrange points, all of that good stuff. You can then click on any of those markers and you will be automatically panned and zoomed into them so you can see a little bit more detail about them.
Oh, that's what we've been looking for. Oh my god, in terms of trading and like hauling and stuff, this is the first bit of information that they've finally given us on the space stations you're going to. It kind of starts to lead into the idea that you can actually see what's at a space station before you go there. Hey, this place doesn't have a bathroom. Glad they let me know that. I guess.
Them. If you're zoomed in
it's
on
important.
a planet, for example, you can zoom in a little bit more and you can start to see the surface locations. So you can see towns, outposts.
You get all the information you need about them. We're adding this new system where you can see all the amenities that are available at that location.
Thank you.
So for outposts, landing zones, and stations, there will be a section here for
Right. The planetary surface map wasn't ready to be shown at CitizenCon. Maybe it's still not ready for now. Like, they're getting towards that. But maybe there's not that sort of mid-distance map yet for planets.
amenities, which will show you things like whether you can buy weapons here, whether you can buy ships here, whether there's a food court, whether there's a hospital or a clinic. All of these sorts of things you'll be able to see on those box outs, so you'll know which is the most appropriate location to go to. We showed in CitizenCon, obviously, that these display much better now, so you'll see them rotate with the map, and if they've gone behind the planet, they fade out, and if they're in front of your view, they're brighter, so you can see them more easily. So at the moment, if you zoom in, it will eventually get too big and you'll go through, but I am currently working on it so that it will zoom in to the surface and you'll never actually sort of clip through the planet.
Yay.
Generally, we tried to make it
Thank you.
feel like a much more pleasant user experience. So there's things like items don't disappear off the back of the map anymore. Everything's easy to read.
So as always, the star map is what you're going to want to use to route your way through the verse.
You can still set routes as you could in the previous version, but there is a little bit more feedback if there is a problem and you can't set a route, whether you don't have enough fuel or whether it's obstructed.
It's going to be so easy. It's going to be so intuitive for you you click the thing, and there you get the button to say set route. It doesn't always just have the ability to set a route because you can't always set a route. We will let you know when you can set a route.
There are a few things that are new for this new star map that have not been seen in the old star map. The primary one there would be search. So we now have a...
Hold up.
the
What
old
is
star
that?
map.
Is that a jump to an OM point first? Okay, yeah, OM 6. I'm like, wait a second. They're just telling you to stop and jump again? That sounds like quantum boost, which we don't have.
The primary one there would be search. So we now have a list of all locations. So there'll be a little drop down in your top left corner. If you open that up, you can see the full list of locations ordered by what is closest to you. And then you can also type any
Now I'm gonna have to actually learn the names of locations.
location and it will appear. So you could type, for example, L1 and all of the Lagrange point ones would appear. So this allows you a lot more flexibility to finding what you're looking for when
Very
it's not
nice.
as sort of, immediately right there when you're at the current view. So you can go all the way across the solar system to look at something completely different.
Wow, that looks great. That looks freaking fantastic, that lighting.
Star Citizen is a massive systemic game. We've got all this cool stuff going on. We've got multiple players doing things at different times. So we wanted to improve the overall interface from the player to that game world. So a big part of that is the new MobiGlas.
Finally, we've gone through this effort to refactor and do the whole MobiGlas hub from scratch. New maps, new applications, everything is using new tech, and we have a much more flexible and robust system for the MobiGlas under the hood.
When you're playing Star Citizen, it should be a smooth experience. You shouldn't be stuck trying to find whatever it is you need to find at the moment. We're helping you do that with the new apps, making it easier for you to find your missions or to even just find a place in the verse.
Now that we have that framework in place, then, you know, it's kind of the sky's the limit in terms of what we can do with it and how many apps we can develop for it. And it's all using new tech, it's clean, it's the way we want it.
The other big new feature is obviously the Starmap with the brand new interior map as well.
Star Citizen is a game about exploring. It is a game about spacefaring. And even so, even when you're not going around in space, it's still about exploring.
Without the star map, it's really difficult to do that, right? This makes it so much easier to navigate around, to finding what you want and where it is, and how to get there.
Overall, it helps the player interact with the world, get to where they want to, do what they want to do more easily and quickly.
Over.
Definitely.
Oh. Yeah. I agree.
Man, old map's gonna be missed harder than Port Olisar.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that MobiGlas is finally converted over to building blocks in the new card system, meaning that Flash as we know it has pretty much gone to live on a farm upstate. That the conversion sets the stage for the creation of multiple new apps going forward, and that the new internal map and Starmap have combined to become simply the Map app. Now, of course, remember that all things you see on ISC are a work in progress, and as any player of Evocati or developer alike may tell you, will continue to iterate between when you see it here and its upcoming release in Alpha 3.23. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. Thanks for letting us share the process of game development with you, and we'll see y'all here next week.
You're all wrong. We're gonna miss the map fondly. Won't be able to stop thinking about it.
Hi, I'm not in this episode, but they told me to show you this.
Then, wait, what did the name say? I can't even read that. Preco. What? Something Comundo. It's 4K. Come on. Stupid computer. Pico Lando? Pico. What? Picon Lando Dispenbed? I cannot read what that says. All right. So the map is great. I'm hyped. I'm hyped. It might seem like I'm not. Pico Lando the Navigator. No, what is it, guys? You're missing what I'm. Look up here. You probably can't see it. It's too. Can we zoom in? Enhance. I can only go so high quality. I wonder what it says. Picon Lardo Dispengero. I don't know. Either way, yeah, no, it's a. I know, guys. I know it's supposed to be the Navigator and Aviator and stuff. I just don't know what the text says. But I guess maybe De Penguindo? Maybe it's a Pico Leonardo Pico Nardo de Penguio Picardo de Capri. I don't know. Either way, the map is cool. I'm excited for it, but there was a lot of details in here missing. In fact, there were details in here missing that were at CitizenCon. So there's definitely going to be another update to the star map. Not just probably one. Man. So they didn't really explain. Where are we? Let's go back
Don't get
and
me
talk
wrong,
about the map.
it has grown a bit off
expand.
That the Starmap
Maps app rather than area.
It's a bird's eye view of the current environment.
It's a really cool 3D map. So
Schematic 3D view in which you can find every relevant point of interest, such as a shop, transit station, hospital, and the like.
you can get
I wonder what these navigational properties are based on. If this is like the local place to each area you go, or if it goes to somewhere else in the system. I thought they were going to talk here about custom markers somewhere.
To the game in general.
as it's fully 3D. You can
Provide a giant step up in
Custom markers are a big thing, and the fact that they didn't talk about sharing custom markers is sucks. That's a key detail to miss in this first release, because the most important part of this map, I mean, everybody gets to work off of this map, which is great. It improves the situation for all of us, but that's exploration right there. Like, that's an entire profession unlocked by a single little
custom
feature.
markers.
This right here. This is how you become an explorer that can make money. And you can't, it doesn't sound like you can share them, which really sucks. I hope that's something that comes later in 3.23. It's not like it ruins the addition of the maps, but it definitely takes some of the wind out of the sails for me. Can you not put custom markers? Seems like they're talking about custom markers.
Custom markers.
You can also use it to plot a route.
Seems like you use custom markers. So the goal is, and I'm going to get to another point. The goal is that, like, this is the basis of exploration. Being able to go into the star map, find a nice resource, something useful, something valuable to other people, mark it, and then sell that location. It's introducing this stuff as a commodity as opposed to just a map tool, which is a big deal, and we don't see it. The other side of that is the receiving end, and that would be downloading maps. So something I wish that they did, because something I always enjoyed about this game was that they tried to label everything with physical maps and physical signs. So if you're walking through the city, if you pay attention to the signs, you know where to go. It's nice. It's not fully encompassing. It doesn't help everybody because you have to kind of teach that system, but it is nice that it's there. And I think they don't have to get rid of our dependence on that just because there's a map like this. What I was hoping they would do was every time you showed up to a new place, and he started to say this during ISC, every time you show up to a new location, I was hoping he was going to say you have to download the map, because that, he's back. Okay, before he gets started, give me 1 second. Okay, so here's the CitizenCon presentation.
Default points of it,
And the idea here is that you get to a location, you go to the local map terminal. This could be in your hangar, it could be right outside hangars, it could be outside of bedrooms, wherever it is that it's easy to find. But it does require you to go to the actual map terminal. And then you can go down to the corner here and download the map. And then suddenly it shows up on your HUD. What I was also hoping they would include there is when you don't have the map downloaded, you get to see all of this. You can see this whole map and understand like what you're looking at, but you have to go and actually download the map to get all of these like labels and the legend and everything. That way, there's an idea of getting to new places and going through a process, but there's also still a map that can support you. And they're not talking about that. I know it's still part of their goal to have maps downloadable, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're ever going to do that specifically. Have you download maps when you get to places? They might have you download maps just to get custom markers or information from other players. So we'll have to see what they do with it. It's unfortunate that it's not in here, but it looks good. I think the star map looks pretty good. The fact that it's a combined map with everything else, that's the goal they've always set out to do. It's looking pretty nice. I hope there's more opacity controls and maybe a little bit more color thrown in here. But there's a lot of really good features in here. Search, the legend, the amenities, the ability to set the route, set markers, all that kind of stuff is good. See, but that's the thing. You wouldn't have to download the map everywhere you went. You don't need a map right now when you go to Microtech, right? Like when you go to New Babbage, you don't need one when you go to ArcCorp. Just don't download the maps. You still have the map, you just don't have the labels. It's, in my opinion, I think that's a pretty solid middle ground for something like that. If you can enter coordinates. Yeah, I don't know if you can enter coordinates. Ah, there's like a marker data bank up here too. Just straight teasing us. You can set marker. I don't see anything for actually putting in coordinates though. I actually don't really notice the text duplication. I'm only noticing it here so much. I'm not a huge fan of it. Oh, could see it up here too. Maybe areas automatically download when you land. Yeah, they might. That's another way of doing it. But like, then what's the point of this?
On the go. It's much more interesting if we can actually take this on the go. So let's download it to our data bank.
I mean, maybe that's just like a little gimmick that they wanted to throw into the demo, but data is a commodity in this game. I thought they would kind of treat it as such. Been playing this game for a decade and still have problems navigating Microtech and New Babbage. You would need a map, but you'd still have a map. You still have this map. All I'm saying is no labels. Known systems should have main places mapped already on the MobiGlas. Then you scan ground in new places. Whatever it's got to be. Maybe you get every main location in the game when you go to the first planet. I don't know. Maybe you get maybe you only get the main landing zones by default, and then outposts and stuff are like this. Like if it's a city block, cool. Don't download the map. That's fine. But I don't know where you're going to download maps, but I do think that should be part of the map making process, part of the idea of maps. Because then imagine if you go to one of those map terminals in a game in a city or something, and you can actually look at other players' custom maps that they've uploaded. The maps that they've gone out and gotten for the nearby moons. You can go in there, you can scroll through the list, you can see, oh, this person just scanned Daymar 2 days ago, and they've got updated mineral deposits. I can pay so-and-so amount of money and download that, and then that money goes straight to that person gets paid for being an explorer. Like I think there's a good reason to have map terminals or something in the game. And maybe they'll get to that, you know? It's still early days, right? This is though, all of the features that are coming in 3.23, they're big, they're definitely game changing, and they're making a big deal for us, but I think they're going to still be things that are iterated upon. Like these are the first versions of their final kind of systems, I think. So much ink has been wasted discussing master modes, but the new UI and Starmap will have much greater impact on the player experience, and we'll talk about it much more. You believe that? Biomass and players should absolutely exist with their layers and text that tied to their reputation. Yeah. Agreed. And that was one of the best parts about this. And then, you know, I believe Zane gets a little bit into talking about exploration somewhere here, or data running.
Press T is set a marker, and we can customize the details of that marker. Now, what you'll notice as well as we set markers, there's metadata that is encoded into each of these markers on top of the customized name that we can specify. So we can mark as many markers as we want in this map. And these are all saved to our data bank, and we can eventually share these markers and even sell these markers on the market. So the thing about this, we can't really talk about markers without mentioning data running.
Okay,
So
let's talk about it.
you might specialize in exploration, whereas perhaps a miner might specialize in the equipment, and they may make investments in their equipment. So you, as an explorer, might be in the business of going around and exploring and finding locations that are very valuable to other professions. And the role of these markers are very important in coming up with the data and yeah, so it's very important.
We're gonna get
we
there.
Can basically.
He was
when you
he
name
was
your
in a crowd in front of a lot of people. I'm gonna give him some grace for that.
markers. You can make it as maybe obvious, or you can leave it a mystery. So you'll have when you sell it on the market, you could get rated for how accurate the data is. So the other thing is we have a mission objective.
Okay, so that was basically all we got. Oh, is volume a little low? Sorry about that. That was all we got on data running. And I don't expect data running to be here right now. I didn't expect it to be in this 323 release. I did expect there to be the ability to at least share markers, though. That's too bad. The other things with the map system that we're not really hearing about are kind of not map related. That is the quantum travel stuff and the scanning stuff. They'll probably get more into that after 323. Right now, they're just trying to get the maps and the MobiGlas in. I love it. I love what we're seeing. I'm glad that it's being replaced. The MobiGlas, I gotta try in person and see how it really feels, because I'm still iffy about it. But it all looks much better. I'm hoping it all works much better, and it seems like we're going to be getting it all in 323. So that's pretty good. Any other questions about this before? Like I said, it's going to be a shorter stream today. We are, things are happening. It's Thursday. I got things to get to. No, I'm kidding. Nothing's more important than this. You all know that. Scanning is in an in-between state, hoping for a 323.x patch coming with it. Maybe. I think sharing and selling locations is just not ready, but I would love to be wrong. I agree. I don't think it's ready either. CitizenCon details out. Tickets on sale next Thursday and Friday. Hey, let's see what they're saying. Did they decide to go somewhere easier to get into than the UK? Jumptown? What about Jumptown? All right. Good information here. There we go. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. Saturday, October 19th, open. Day 1. Be a much longer day than previous CitizenCon events. Good lord, last time was already long enough. Day 2. Oh, okay, Saturday, yeah. Day 2 will be October the 20th. Shorter day, ending earlier. Oh, interesting. CitizenCon Gala. Take place at a separate venue in the greater Manchester area. Will more tickets be available? Tickets will not be made available outside of the ticket schedule. Only exception of this is a ticket is returned. It will be re-added to the pool. Will the event be live streamed? Yes. Are we allowed to rebroadcast? Yes. And here are the ticket waves. April 11th. So 1 week. You have 1 week to decide, folks. You can buy up to 5 tickets. Tickets will be emailed. Can I cosplay? Will there be food? Will there be new merchandise? Oh, you know it. There will be seating. There will be security. Yeah, okay. This is pretty standard stuff. So Tickets going on sale in about a week. And hope to see you all there if you go. Still got that Mustang Alpha giveaway going on if you guys want to get involved in that. Feel free to sorry. Just lost my train of thought. Yeah, get into that giveaway, folks. And yes, you can wear a ball gown, Mrs. Tomato, as always. We'll get a space-themed ball gown. It'll be stars. All black on stars. Or all stars on black, whatever. I got derailed. Yeah, I got distracted. Get those tickets if you want them. CitizenCon will be in Manchester. It's probably going to be a pretty good time. Any other questions about the map or anything, folks, before I go? You want me to stick around? Want me to get out of here? Will Scooter be there selling ships? Scooter. Gonna make your own Space Dad themed ball gown? Echo, I'd love to see you in a ball gown, man. Only if it's cotton candy milk flavored, though, you know? Maybe if you can find a wealthy patron to sponsor your trip. It is, yeah, man. Manchester's not gonna be cheap. I know their main complaint last year was like that LA was kind of expensive. I feel like Manchester's already also kind of expensive, especially because you're going with pounds. Hey, no problem. Glad you enjoyed the info. Tell Scooter sent you? Wait, you're supposed to tell Scooter that Scooter sent you? How does that work, Brig? They got Jumptown up, and I'm not gonna lie, is Jumptown worth playing right now? Yeah, Rovidicus, I came on to do a little reaction. I wanted to chat with you guys about the map system and everything. I have nothing else planned for today, so I'm just kind of doing a little impromptu Q&A right now. Got our niece with us. Gonna take her to get some ice cream. Yeah, the niece is here. The little tomat. How do I not know Scooter? He's good people. I feel like I know. I recognize the name. Easy. Just tell Scooter that Scooter sent you. Okay. An expo center in the middle of Nebraska? That'd be cool. Wouldn't be down. I'd be down for that. No, I mean, they've got offices in Austin, Texas, which would be more affordable. They've got office in Montreal, which would be more affordable. I think even Frankfurt, Germany would be more affordable, to be honest. It's his closing line. Scooter, you've sent me. No one does it and it's not worth it. Last Jumptown, nobody played it because salvage was more lucrative. When was the last Jumptown? Was that the one in January? Or is there another one since then? Doggo needs ice cream too, Skippy? Is there dog ice cream? Can we get Doggo pics? I need to refresh that album and start doing the dog picture. Remember we used to do that? You guys could redeem points and you'd see a picture of Tommy when she was a little mouse-like dog. She ate all of Dora's burger. It's Wicked Wookie on YouTube that does Scooter. Okay. Really hope the new MobiGlas changes will improve how in-game chat works and give it more functionality. Would be great to be able to click names in chat. Oh my god. Being able to send a friend request to somebody you're just chatting with. That'd be cool. They didn't actually show that, huh? What apps did they not show us today?
Yeah, and we've got existing stuff.
Don't worry about this guy. He's drunk. All right. So we saw health, home, contracts, maps, rep. Thank God they changed MoTrader to wallet. MoTrader was such a weird name. We can't even see what's on the end here. I'm guessing this is Galactopedia on the very right. And this looks like it is the repair and refuel stuff. There we go. Oh no, that's vehicles on the right, landing on the, okay. Wallet, rep. Where's Galactopedia? Ship and chat were the old UI, right. I don't think we saw the journal, did we? The comms one isn't changing quite yet. I hope that's because they have a lot of plans to expand it and improve it. We do got friends in chat. Of the and Black Intellect here. How y'all doing? They've just started updating chat in the build this week, and it's still pretty scuffed. It looks a lot better, though, from what we've seen. Far right is Galactopedia? No, this is vehicles. Unless this is, like... somehow Galactopedia was off the screen for that part. No, I don't see any Galactopedia on here. Are you going to make a video about the recent advancement in tests regarding server meshing? Yes, I actually have been sitting on one for you. I'm going to release that soon. It is all about the real power of server meshing, which is what these recent tests have shown us is splitting up a star system. That's I'm happy with that video. You should be getting that one soon. Keep an eye out. Yeah, I wonder what the journal, how journal will be updated. I guess they don't need to update too much with the journal, but I do think the journal should have more information like what they have on the map, like where you can get stuff. I'm guessing knickknacks turned into assets, which is going to just be a list of everything you own and the places they're at. As long as you give me search or you let me filter by item then location, that's fine. But the current knickknacks app is, there's not even no use for it. I can't possibly make use for it. I have to go through every single location in the verse to see if I have something at, or where that something is. It's so weird to me. That's a yes on ice cream for the dog. Sponsored by Skippy. Any giveaways going on? You've been desperately trying to enter any and all giveaways for the Mark II. I don't have a Mark II given away, but we do have a Mustang Alpha. You can get in the Mustang Alpha and pretend it's a Hornet Mark II. They both shoot weapons. All right, let's go back. I've got a little interesting bit for you guys. Before we leave, I'll show you this. Yo, Skippy, thank you for the sponsored dog food from Skippy. The $5 super chat. Also, Blackish, Arctic Wolf, AAK. Thank you all three for the subs while we were doing the reaction. Much love to you. Appreciate you. That is, good old sub. That video's not doing great. All right, we are looking for... Maybe if I click on this, it'll show me the other one. Nope, it does not. There's another video where they're talking about the star map, and they do actually get... They straight up tell us what the star map is supposed to look like. Where would I find that? How can I find that? Go to the channel and search UI. Hopefully it pops up. But I'm not seeing it. Cannot find it. It's an interesting one. It's from like 5 years ago, I think, and they basically lay out exactly what the star map is today. Talk about how they want it to be. Let's see. Skippy heading out. Say hi to the cute canine and human child. Thank you, man. I'll let him know. Okay, I think it was a reverse the verse. Now these are old. Really? I know that we've seen more things than this that called Starmap. What is going on here? It wasn't around the verse? No, I think it was an interview. It was really long. Peanut butter? Planetary art, building dynamic, all things UI? No. It's the one we already had. Here's the ATV where they talk about interior maps. It's not popping up. Wait, maybe it was 2021. The link to Discord in your social panels is invalid. Thank you for the heads up. Discord be like that sometimes. No. Is this it?
Quite a lot of time working on the tracking.
This is it. Okay, that's not the thumbnail I thought it had. Okay, so here's where they talk kind of about where the star map is coming from. I think this is interesting insight. Just goes to show, you know, they're planning. They've been working on this.
It's a really big system. So what we want to do with it and what we've designed in the background, which we're not showing anybody yet, is this really big system that kind of combines the radar, the star map, potentially some of the AR markers, and also the interior map. We think really that should be one thing, essentially. So like Chris Roberts has always had this idea that he wants to be able to start from the radar and zoom out from that, and you can see the star map, and you can zoom out and see the galactic view, essentially. So we've
that comes next.
Writing.
We don't need to see a galactic view just yet.
Around that idea. So we've got this really massive design that ties all those systems together, which is pretty cool. We started writing code systems to support that. So we've got. I mean, one thing that's tricky with it, there's all this data from all over the game. So we got the planets and stuff. We've got the radar data. We got even things like missiles. We've got to somehow tie that together in a way that we can put into one place. So we spent quite a lot of time working on the tracking system for all that stuff. So that's all. It's all good now, and we're kind of at the stage where we want to start building the real thing. So I mean, the challenge is spending the time to fit all that stuff together. So that's something that we've been kind of ticking along in the background, but we're going to start ramping up on that very soon, I think. Couldn't give you a release date, but
hey, you should have said 2024. Yeah, I remember hearing this and being like, yes, that sounds great. Can't wait to play it in a year or two.
We're really keen to get it going, and it's moving.
Well, we are working. I literally was working on it this morning, so you weirdly called me up, Jared. But
oh yeah, list 3 things you did this morning. I'm just messing with you. So the star map, we run into this with many features. They're inheritors of things from other systems. The star map is not something that we can build in isolation.
It's just 2021
by itself and then put out there and be like, this is your star map. That's not the thing we want to make. The thing that we're envisioning, the thing that you just described, is this thing that can inherit all kinds of data from radar, from scanning, from personal markers like the service beacons and stuff like that. It's got to be able to inherit all this data from those other systems. And while those other systems are still being worked on, are still being developed. Folks who watch our public roadmap notice a change to the FPS scanning and radar intended to come online in 3.16. While those things are still changing, it's hard to build this thing that's going to inherit all of these things. And they're like, oh, well, we changed how it works. I'm like, but I just hooked into it. I just hooked into how it used to be, and you went and changed it. So it's definitely this obviously work that can still be done. You're doing it right now, but as far as expectations of when and stuff like this, it is directly dependent not just on your own workload, but on the continued progress of all these other systems that it has to inherit information from.
That's something actually that they didn't touch on in the Starmap either. See, there's a lot of little things with the Starmap that probably are going to come up a lot later. There were no mentions
the actual
of,
level,
and it's presented as a
in the Starmap itself. Like, is anything getting rendered
outposts
around the space station, ships or anything like that? Is like what do derelict ships look like on the Starmap? You know, there are details that I think would be interesting to know. If somebody targets a big ship or something out there in the Starmap, does that make it show up on your Starmap, or what? These are the little details we'll probably get answered at Star Citizen Live next week, which is why they do them a week later. I don't know why the emotes aren't working. It seems like they're working, kind of, sort of, sometimes, maybe. Seem to be working for me. Everybody get blocked. Emote blocked. Okay. We do have an ISC today. That's what's on the screen right now. We just watched through the whole thing. It's all about the map system. Nobody needs to get shot today.
It's going to be so easy. It's going to...
I like the little dots for points of interest. Like that's a nice detail.
Through the verse.
you can...
Yeah, I like that. I don't remember what it even looks like before. I've like not even stopped using the old Starmap and I already forgot what it looks like. Where is it? Where are they going to show us the old one?
At the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in having
use cases we want to make as robust as we can for 323. And so part of that involves...
Here it is.
Our Citizen for a long time, so it was...
Okay, so this is what it looked like before. Oh god, I hear. God. Jesus. That was a terrible sneak attack.
It was not good.
Ow! Got me. Ah! Were there multiple? Jeez. They only said one.
Well, I climbed all of these stairs for just one.
How disappointing. Ah! Ah! So violent.
That did not work.
That was like a little cowboy. Put him up. That's how your boy Hamilton got shot. Caught on camera, dude. It's out. There's proof.
Nice.
And then you're also throwing tomatoes at me? That seems a little
We bully
weird.
you in unison.
Kicking while down. Kicking a tomato while down just ends up with tomato juice all over the ground. Don't do that. You were hoping to see on ISC is how the markers you place on planets will work on the new star map. Yeah. They didn't get too much into the... They didn't get too much into the stuff about placing markers, which tells me that part of the system is still lagging behind a little bit. It's not all sunshine and space rainbows. It's also no exploration. I bet there's some way we can make this work. Because you already can do some stuff to get paid for exploration. Sound's not working? Oh, are you guys still not hearing the sound effects? Man, that is weird. Because I see it play on OBS here. They should go through to you. There's issues with routing across multiple object containers. Yeah. That's what it sounded like was the cause for there not being local maps on the planet surfaces.
We're having
phones, then that would help you route.
So at the time of recording, we're having issues loading all the different OCs that's in a big landing zone, for example. So we're looking into these solutions to make sure that you can track from one part to a fully different part of the area.
Did the devs ever say at CitizenCon they were bringing base building on planets? Well, yes. Jeez, that volume's low? 133%? Why does it come through so low?
So Starmap. Starmap is vastly improved. The main thing
Oh, it
we wanted
was
to
low.
change was make it a nice user experience. So everything in there has been overhauled.
When you open your map, you'll first of all be confronted with...
Yeah, man, I'm just gonna keep watching this ISC because this is a beautiful thing happening. It's really not where I wanted it to be quite honest, but it's also, I understand it for the first patch we're getting it. It's like, if we keep saying things like, oh yeah, you could drop all of the features and just include the star map and we'd be good. I would say this wouldn't be good. Like, the new star map on its own is amazing, and you know, throw in a couple other features, I would say yeah, that's like the best patch we've gotten in a while. But it's not as heavy hitting as I had hoped with the custom markers. But I'm looking forward to hearing what they have to say about this going forward, like over the next couple quarters. Is that?
your local area, so you'll see what room you're in and what's close to you.
I still can't get over the fact, though, that you're going to be doing route making through spaceships, like through your own friend's spaceship while they fly around. That's pretty nuts. More and more blue light. You don't like your blue light? Keeps you up at night.
But you can also zoom out and you will see the universe open up in front of you as you zoom out.
From here we can see the entire verse. We can see all the planets,
space stations, Lagrange points, all of that good stuff. You can then click
Wait,
space
did that
station,
show? Oh, that's you.
Lagrange points, all of that good stuff. You can then click on any of those markers and you will be automatically panned and zoomed into them.
I love it.
So you can see a little bit more detail about them. If you've zoomed in on a planet, for example, you can zoom in a little bit more and you can start to see the surface locations. So you can see towns, outposts.
you get all the information you need about them.
Locations, so you can see towns,
There's so much more info that they're providing you on the screen. Time to your location. You can, it looks almost like maybe you can add in extra destinations there. I don't know if that plus sign is just meant to indicate, I guess that's just meant to indicate current location. But maybe you can add destinations here. And that'll be part of the new quantum travel system. Text is a bit hard to read with that bright planet. Yeah, I hope opacity can be something that we can change. Because, the double text is one thing with all of these. Man, why did they do that so hardcore? The double kind of text and displays is one thing, but the brightness can still be a problem. Yeah, linking it up with the Galactopedia will be cool. You click on one of these and it takes you to the other app. Laid the foundation, improvements will be able to happen at a much faster rate. Yep. Hey, I'm saying that like, oh, this isn't everything that I had hoped it would be. This is more than enough to improve the hell out of the game and the experience in the map. This looks like it fixes all the main problems with the map. That's the biggest thing. Those extra things I'm talking about, those are the bits of gameplay that I hope for on top of the map, Can't apply more than 90 days away from your scheduled travel day, unfortunately, but we will apply as soon as that mark hits. What a scam that is, too. You have to wait until you're 3 months away from your travel date. You have to book everything. You got to tell them wherever you've booked everything. And then you have to wait multiple, however many weeks to hear back whether or not they're okay with you. And if they say no, then you have to cancel all your stuff. Like, what the As long as navigation works consistently, I'm happy. Yep, that's really all we need, right? There's still the old zooming in problem. I think she meant that just on planets, though. That's like here, right?
That are available at that location.
So for outposts, landing zones, and stations, there will be a section here for amenities, which will show you things like whether you can buy weapons here, whether you can buy ships here, whether there's a food court, whether there's a hospital or a clinic. All of these sorts of things you'll be able to see on those box outs, so you'll know which is the most appropriate location to go to.
Love that information.
Obviously that these display much better now, so you'll see them rotate with the map, and if they've gone behind the planet, they fade out, and if they're in front of your view, they're brighter, so you can see them more easily. So at the moment, if you zoom in, it will eventually get too big and you'll go through, but
I do appreciate
so you can see them more easily. So at the moment,
you can kind of see that here as they rotate around the map. You can see some of those location markers blinking out and kind of dimming themselves. That's great. I do wish that you could still click on one of these markers and it would show you the name from over here, but I guess when you click on it, it'll rotate the whole planet. That on its own is a huge improvement from what we have right now, because trying to find a location on the planet is makes me want to throw up thinking about it.
if you zoom in, it will eventually get too big and you'll go through, but I am currently working on it so that it will zoom in to the surface and you'll never actually sort of clip through the planet.
I can't wait for that.
Generally, we've tried to make it feel like a much more pleasant user experience. So there's things like items don't disappear off the back of the map anymore. Everything's easy to read.
So as always, the star map is what you're going to want to use to route your way through the verse.
You can still...
Yeah, it looks like every time you get a current location, it's that plus sign. I'm really wondering if you can just add extra waypoints into your quantum travel. That would be incredibly convenient. Too transparent. Will all the new places currently in game, both with and without quantum markers, be available to locate on the star map? I don't think so. No, I think illegal locations, maybe this will be something they implement whenever we get around to the downloadable maps and stuff, but illegal locations won't be on the official star map from what I'm understanding. Oh yeah, any improvement over what we have right now is welcome. And this is a big improvement.
all of the Lagrange point ones would appear. So this allows you a lot more flexibility to finding what you're looking for when it's not as sort of, immediately right there when you're at the current view, so you can...
Man, search, just all the things. There's so much coming in this that I love. And in the MobiGlas, it's good to see. That's it for today though, folks. I'm gonna get going. Thank you all for joining me for this talk and this little reaction. Every once in a while, I will quote unquote react to things. And it's pretty fun. I was definitely not going to miss this one. Like, I don't normally stream on Thursdays, but this is the Starmap we're talking about. So I wanted to get in and talk with you guys a little bit about it. But I'm going to get going and maybe we'll be live tomorrow. But if not, you'll definitely be seeing you'll see a new video soon. Supporters, of course, if you haven't missed it, there is a new supporter exclusive video for you. It was out 2 days ago. You can find it on the YouTube channel or on Discord. Talks about all the high stakes of the game this year. And yeah, if I'm not here tomorrow, I will definitely see you for some org gameplay on Saturday. See y'all in the garden later tonight. Cool, garden racing, let's go. All right, y'all. See you on the captain's table. Indeed, I will be on captain's table this week too. So you'll see me there as well. All right, everybody. Love y'all. Peace and happiness. Go hug somebody. Eat some good food. Have a good time. Have a good heart. Appreciate you all, and I hope you have a good day. Catch you later.